Hey guys, so this is Editing Sam here, and it is actually Thursday now. And I am getting on here because I just wanted to share really quickly with you guys. I filmed a video on Tuesday, on Tuesday morning in my car when I was with my son out at cross country practice. And it was something that was really on my heart because it's just about what I am like a season that I'm currently in, and I know there's probably many other moms who are in a season similar to this. And the content was really good, but I was so embarrassed when I went to edit the video and I saw for more than half of the video there's lipstick on my teeth. And there was a part of me who was just not going. I did not want to upload this video. I was just so embarrassed. I considered refilming the video, and so that's why you'll hear me say that I'm filming this on Tuesday morning. It's going to go up later for you guys, and here we are. I'm recording this now for you guys on Thursday, and the video still hasn't gone up. But as I went ahead and continued editing that video, and just listened back on it, because for a minute I thought maybe I would just refilm it. But that was the video that I really didn't know what I was going to talk about that morning, and then I just kind of thought about the season that I'm in, and it really came from my heart. I didn't have any notes or anything like that, but it's just something that came to me that I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about. You guys are my friends, and I just wanted to be honest with you about how I was feeling, and then give you guys some advice on maybe some things that you could also use to help you and to help encourage you in your homeschool days, your homeschool journey. So because of that, there's no replicating a video that you don't plan, and it really kind of comes from the heart. So I am going to suck it up, and I'm going to put the video up, and you guys are about to watch it here in a second. And yes, there is lipstick on my teeth, which is still very embarrassing, but I pray that the encouragement that I have for you in this video really does touch someone and really help someone. So I will take the embarrassment and just hope that the words that I say really help someone else. So this is one of those ones where I will not mind if you put it on while you're cleaning and you don't watch me as I talk and watch the lipstick on my teeth. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the video for today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Samantha. I'm a homeschooling mom to 5 kiddos. 4 of those kids that I homeschool, and my 5th is a little toddler. And I am coming back to you guys today with another video out of my car. So this is, I think, our last cross-country practice, or at least the last one that we have to come out. So usually my son comes out Tuesday and Thursday, but I think that practice from Thursday is just on their own at home. So at least I hope so, because it would be nice for this to be the last time that I have to drive this far out, at least, until track season starts back up. I parked in a different spot today, so there aren't as many areas for people to walk around and in front of me to distract me. So hopefully I can stay on track for this video a little bit better than I did last time. And again, this video is going to go up later on Tuesday, because I'm filming it the morning that you guys are going to be seeing it. Sorry that these last couple weeks have just been a little inconsistent on my channel. I'm trying to be, when I first started my channel, I was very consistent, and so I'm trying to get back into that a little bit, but also not trying to be super strict on myself, because when I am, and then when I start to become inconsistent and then fall back a little bit, I get discouraged, and then I just completely fall off the face of the earth. So I'm trying to give myself a little bit of grace and showing up as consistently as I can when possible. But yeah, so today's just going to be another little chat with you guys. Nothing super formal. I don't have anything written down, but this is really something that I'm in the middle of right now. And so I just wanted to come on here and give my fellow homeschool moms and dads, if you're watching as well, just some encouragement when things are busy or hard, or you're in a season where you feel like you're just like kind of falling short. Consistently falling short. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys some encouragement to not give up. So I am in a season right now. So I've explained this in a couple of my videos, especially my curriculum videos, where we have shifted ever since we left CC. We have shifted our school year to start in the late fall. So we start school late October, and really that's because of our cross-country season being so busy, and really allowing my kids the opportunity to like fully be present in the season, to be able to have like the amount of sleep, rest, recovery that they need, being able to get all of their practices in, and like just kind of really focusing on the season, especially for my son. He's really into it. He would really love to run in college. So that's kind of what we've done to help him with that, is we just start our school year later. And then we kind of pack in a lot from the time that we start until the spring. So like even around the holidays, we kind of take the holiday day off, but we aren't traveling. And so we don't take more, like Christmas Day we'll have off, Thanksgiving Day we'll have off. But we'll still do a light amount of work throughout the holidays. As my kids, as things pop up and they want to hang out with friends, or we have things come up, we still have space for that, because this is one of the things that's been really nice for us, is we do things in a time block. And so since my kids work in a time block, they are working on a specific subject for a set amount of time. And so that has really allowed them in the subjects that they're strong in to get ahead. And in the subjects that they are maybe not as strong in, they either stay right on track or they get a little bit ahead in their work. But it gives us margin, so that on the days that we want to go out and hang out with friends, we aren't like falling behind in our work. And even if we do, there's lots of margin that I leave throughout the year so that we can go to school. We plan to finish in July. Sometimes, like this year, we went through, I think, the first or second week of August, and that was totally fine. Because once the track season starts, those meets are usually during the week. And so my kids tend to like push work off. So I'm hoping that the time block that we're doing this year will help them to stay more on track, so that we aren't going so late into the summer. But we'll see. Either way, we start school in the late fall because of cross country. But then my daughter, who's in ballet, like this is the first year that she's really taken seriously to like auditioning for roles and things like that. So she got cast in Nutcracker. And so that has just made our fall, especially as we're getting into the holidays, even more busy, because she's had extra practices for Nutcracker, and she's got 2 performances in November. So practices are ramping up, especially right around the holidays. And then she's got 4 shows that she's doing in December. So what's really made things hard is we're, still fresh in our school year. We're still trying to finish out this cross-country season. My girls are done, but like I said, my son is still doing, he's preparing for a postseason race. And so we've still had, bringing him out to cross-country and things like that. And then my daughter has had increased time commitments for practicing for Nutcracker with ballet. So it would be, I have felt, and then I started my new business. And so I have been attending markets as, I would say 1 market a week since Halloween. We have been, since the end of October, we have been going to markets. So, and that's like going to markets, getting my product ready, doing inventory, doing all the things. So everything that I need to do as well to run my very brand new small business, getting my kids to their activities, all the different things. And then also still at the heart of it all, being a homeschool mom, being a mom that's, discipling her children and things like that. And so with a lot going on, I know that this season, I know that these seasons of busyness are short and there's going to be rest to follow. But when I first started homeschooling, it would be so easy for me to like give, not intentionally, but eventually like give into the burnout, and I would just let something go by the wayside, whether that would be homeschooling or, discipling my kids and not being in the Word, sacrificing my own time with God. A lot of those things that are important to me would fall to the wayside. So I just wanted to get on here to give you guys just a little, probably like maybe 3 tips or 3 pieces of encouragement to keep you going when things get busy or things get hard, or you're just in one of those seasons where, it feels like a lot is piling on you. So my first piece of advice would be to know your priorities. What are your priorities as a homeschool mom, as a mom, as a discipler of your children? And, so like for me, that would look like number 1, first and foremost, is our relationship with God, my relationship with Him and my kids' relationship with Him. And then our relationship with each other. So I would say relationship is our number 1 priority. I don't want any of us to let our time with God be sacrificed. So even on the days that we have so much going on, the first thing that we make sure that we do is we get our time with God, whether that's a family devotional, or we all individually do our Bible studies, or we do whatever it is that we have going on. We, every single day, the number 1 thing that has to get done in our home is our time with God. And so I think when you, as a Christian mom, as a Christian family, when you've decided to homeschool in obedience to the Lord, He's called you to do this, and He's going to equip you every single day in every single season. As long as you stay connected with Him, you will be able to really feel what He's leading you to, and be able to, and He'll give you the provisions that you need to keep going. So I've learned in the past that the more that gets piled on me, if I let my relationship with God fall by the wayside, I can't hear from Him. I don't know what's going on, and I feel so lost. And then it really takes me like, becoming rooted in my faith and rooted in Scripture to understand, okay, I cannot do this apart from Christ. The only way that I can hold up my end in doing what He's called me to is with Him. So number 1, first and foremost, for you and for your kids, is spending your time with God, getting in His Word. The only way that we know what He wants us to do and how we can be obedient to Him is to be in His Word. And so as a homeschool mom, you have been called to homeschool your children. The Word of God tells us that we are to train up our children the way they should go, which means we are to disciple our children. So as homeschool moms, it's not just the education that's important, but it's really, rooting our, giving our kids the foundation and having them rooted in their own faith and leading them in that. So yes, I think that the times of busy can be there can be so much grace in the time of busy as long as you stay connected to the Lord. So that's first thing, is like, just know your priorities. And, for us, that would be God. And then another priority for us is like opportunity. I always want my kids to be able to have the opportunity to pursue the things that they're interested in, whether that's in their homeschool curriculum or in their activities. I feel like in what God has called me to do in homeschooling is also to like, one, yes, to disciple my kids, but also like to not take away opportunity and to always make sure that I've allowed the space and the margin for them to have it. So this is another one of those things that like I had, getting up to come to these practices, I have to get up. So I was sleeping very good this morning and I overslept. We were late, but by God's grace, I feel great. I feel energized, and I was able to get my son here, and he's got a wonderful coach who's a Christian leader. And even though we were running late, like there was grace for my son to still be able to, come, and there was no like bullying or anything like that. He's able to come, get his warm up in, and just start working out with his team. So that's another thing, is like, just allow opportunity for your kids to get out and do the things that they are interested in, because that's only going to benefit them in the long run. And again, the things that you do that benefit them, as like, giving them a foundation in their faith, giving them opportunity, that is later going to also benefit your grandchildren. So the stories that our kids are telling their kids about us are already being written. So that's something that has kind of stayed on my heart, and how I choose to speak to my kids and parent my kids, and the relationship that I have with my kids is like, what are they going to say about me? Whatever they're going to say about me to their kids or to other people whenever they grow up, that's already being written right now. So I really try to stay mindful of that. So tip number 2 is to really, when times get busy and you've already got your priorities down, is to really use things that work for you. You don't work for the things that you use. So that whether that is your curriculum or your co-op or whatever it is, if it is not working for your family or for your schedule, don't try to make yourself or your kids fit into it. Really find something that fits you. And also, just because a curriculum is written a certain way or a program is supposed to be done a certain way, you are the mom, you are in charge, you can change things up. So if there's something that you really want to be a part of or that you really want to do, just make it fit for your schedule. Don't make your life and your schedule fit for it, because I find all the time that that's whenever sometimes burnout can happen for me, or frustrations can happen, is whenever something has been really good and it worked for one of my kids, and then I try to force it onto another kid. And say for instance, math. If a math has worked really well for one kid, and I try to force it onto another kid, and then math for them is taking an hour, 2 hours long, because they're just not into it, or they just don't understand the way it's written, it's just not working for them. So find something different. And same with a co-op. I was finding towards the end, the last year of us being with CC, I was begrudgingly getting up. My kids were they didn't want to get up in the mornings to go. So if you're really having to battle to get to where you need to be for a co-op, it probably just doesn't work for your family. And that's maybe something that you need to reconsider. In times of busyness, when you know what your priorities are, that's when you need to start shedding away the things that are not priority or that don't fit you well, even though you may really want to be a part of it. I'll say leaving CC, it's more than leaving a program. You're really leaving a community. You're leaving your friends, and it's such a hard decision to make. But at the same time, it wasn't worth it for my sake or my sanity, for my kids, for our relationship, or even for our time, or our provisions, for our money, if it wasn't something that me and my kids were completely sold on anymore, as far as the curriculum went, if it was just for friends. So that's something that you have to consider, is am I doing this thing because it's something that I feel that God's really calling me to do? Or am I doing it because of, friends? Am I doing it because it's popular? Am I doing it because this kid saw success with it? Am I doing it because this family has graduated all their kids and they had success with it? So really knowing this, and this just goes back to how important it is to know what your priorities are in homeschooling. I would just say, if you're doing anything for any of those reasons outside of God really leading you to that, it's probably one of the things that you can shed off and just peel off that layer, and you'll probably see a great improvement in your mood, improvement in your margin or your space or your time or whatever it is. Sometimes the things that we think that we want aren't really the things that God is calling us to be a part of or calling us to do. So that's really where, spending time with God in prayer and really trying to figure those things out in partnership with your spouse. So that would be my other tip. And last, I probably could have started with this one, is really knowing your why. Why are you homeschooling? When you know your why, everything that you're deciding or trying to do, you can always go back to your why. Okay, this is why I'm homeschooling. This is why I'm homeschooling. Does this program fit my why? Does this opportunity fit my why? Does this co-op fit my why? Does anything fit your why? Being like having a really great understanding of why you are homeschooling is going to lead you to being able to fill out your priority list, like what's the most priority to you, and also is going to allow you to shed the things that aren't working for you. So these all kind of work hand in hand, and I think that before knowing your priorities, so I probably should have started with why. Really understanding your why first and foremost. When you know why you're homeschooling, everything else is going to be easier for you to figure out. So know your why. Number 2, what are your priorities in homeschooling? So when you have all the lemons that God can give you, and you have been piled on, what are the things to you that you know every day, this is what I need to do at a bare minimum? Those are going to be your priorities. And then number 3, don't be afraid to get rid of or shed the things that aren't working for your family. Everything that you do, everything that you use should fit you and your family, not you try to fit it. So this is just, like I said, a quick little video that I wanted to put out because I'm in the middle of this right now, of the busy season of things like piling up. And even with my daughter yesterday, we were out for half the day. And when we got home, it was like, okay, let's get in our time with God. Let's do that. And then tomorrow you're home all day, so we can, reassess. You can get back in your time block and see, and get back on track that way. So that is what I have for you guys today. Just a little bit of encouragement for you. If you are in a hard season, don't throw in the towel. There is so much beauty on the other side of your hard season, and it ebbs and flows. It's like, it's always moving like this, where you're up, everything's working great and wonderful. And then, there's some dips in there where things are going to be a little bit hard. And I can promise you that when you come back up from that dip, it is always going to be so much better, because that is you being obedient to the Lord in what He has called you to do. And there is reward for your obedience. So I hope that this encourages you or some of you in some way. I hope that if you haven't taken the time to figure out why you're homeschooling or what your priorities are, I hope that you will take the time today to get to do that, and hopefully that will better help you and ground you in your homeschool. So let me know down in the comments, what are some ways that you guys keep yourself motivated and keep yourself obedient to the Lord in your call to homeschool? Go ahead and write some tips down in the bottom for other moms. I only shared 3 things that I have, so anything that you guys have to share is just going to help support other moms, and maybe you'll also get some tips for yourself as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.